What's happening? What's cracking? We about to get into another reaction. This is your boy, Who is Quincy, with my cousin,
Big Baby.
and we about to get into a video of something that's trending right now. American Cholo using racial slurs and saying a lot of things. And the thing is with him is he's a part of the black and brown community. He's a brown individual, which they call the brown individual as Hispanics. And he's allegedly was said, quoted saying some racial slurs against black people, like calling them niggas, coons, and all that type of stuff. I don't know. I mean, I would think they was able to say those type of things because they're a part of the community, right?
I'm about to say like,
I mean, exactly. But it's a topic of in California. That's where they base. Well, he's based out of. California is a whole different playing field.
Need to go ahead and just put their big boy drawers on, stop being old, man. That's all it boils down to. Like, you know, people gonna say what they want to say, whether they say. I'd rather for somebody to tell me front how they feel versus them put on a show in my face and then behind closed doors talk all that. Like, let me know who you is from the jump, so then I can decide for myself if I want
to fuck with you or not fuck with you. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he allegedly saying some shit that's foul, and as a news type of podcast or whatever we want to call this shit right now. Right now we just kicking this shit and we just kicking and talking. And I mean, if you sitting here saying some wild shit and calling niggas porch monkeys and all that type of shit, I don't know what he said, but if he's sitting here doing that, but before we see what it said, like, comment, subscribe to Who is Quincy. Do that. It only take you 5 seconds out of the fucking day to do it. So, like, comment, subscribe to Who is Quincy, and we're finna get into this video and see what American Cholo has to say and what he said.
American Cholo, this jit has been on fire recently. He called out Tyga for his racist-ass music video. It was talked about on several big platforms. He even went on a radio show with Tyga himself.
Did you see that video? I ain't seen the video either. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Tyga. I mean, I don't know. Tyga could pass for a Hispanic guy, but I think he Asian.
And he was like, "Hey, Tyga, fuck you, fuck your music video, take that shit down, you little bitch." And he did it. Tyga took the video down, and this was a massive victory for American Cholo. But a few minutes ago, I looked at the No Jumper Instagram, and there was a video of American Cholo using racial slurs against the African American community. And because of this, Power 106 took down the American Cholo interview.
The big black, you got the big black. So all I know is I got my platform, carnal. Use a fool, use a chump, and use a ghetto coon. With that, I'm out. When you guys would run to Latin countries, brother. But really, you're just a ghetto. You're just a ghetto.
Look. I know a little bit more context. I'm gonna give you a little context of what's supposed to been said. All right, this is what had been said. Whenever he was talking to Tariq Nasheed, he called him ghetto coon. Tariq Nasheed called him a Mexican coon. And he said all these things. But the thing is, as far as this video, as far as what I'm seeing is, he didn't say particularly he was a nigga. None of that shit. It's not like he was calling out niggas in general. You get me? He ain't seemed like he was just calling out one person. He seemed like he was calling out black people. And I know
some coons.
Shit, we all know the coons.
We know the coons. I know some Negroes. I know some black people. I know some niggas.
Moticones. Matacoons, whatever. What's that part?
Those
Put
niggas.
that. But
And niggas is a broad word because they don't necessarily mean that they gotta be black. There's some white niggas out here too.
there's a lot of white niggas out there.
A lot of ghetto coons do that.
Some
They
Mexicans
talk a
too.
good.
American Cholo, you keep talking like this, you might be president one day. And for all my subscribers,
I will say this though, because I watch certain things, and you may not have seen it. I watch certain things. This article or whatever is took out of context.
Of course, it's taken out of context.
Because he was talking about two different instances where he was talking about his homeboy got out of jail, allegedly, got out of jail and said, fuck them niggas.
I mean,
And he ended up saying, not feeling that same way. And then the other context of the video, he was talking about Tariq Nasheed, one individual that's black. So I can see the context, but at the end of the day, if you using racial slurs towards someone, that doesn't give you the right to be able to say those things against somebody. Because if I sat here and said wetback or none of that type of shit, and they probably try to use
what I'm saying, though,
me out of context, me saying that.
Like everybody needs to just take off all that little prissy shit about they fucking feelings and shit, and like be fucking grown up people about the shit. Now, cause you got,
we just gotta be open enough to have a conversation.
You fighting two different fronts, okay?
We fight two different fronts for the same thing.
But what I'm saying is, you got the Constitution and say you got the freedom of speech, say what you want to say. But then you got other people that feel like, well, you shouldn't be able to say everything you want to say. You should only be able to say this.
There ain't no wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much back and forth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to be subjected to some stuff just because I'm saying something and I got the freedom of speech. But how can I have a freedom of speech when you trying to gag me at the same time? Like, that ain't freedom at all. And then, thing is, I feel like if anybody man enough to say anything, they man enough to take any consequence or anything to come behind. So if he wants to talk shit and somebody come up to him and whoop his ass, that's a consequence of him saying whatever he said.
But the thing is with that is the LA politics is way different because LA is pretty much Mexico. That's what it is.
We stole that shit from them. What you mean?
Black people didn't steal it.
Well, we stole it from them, but y'all know who.
We migrated there, but we ain't steal it from them.
American Cholo was the one asking Tyga to take down his video. And here's the thing, these people who get offended really easily, oftentimes they're only offended if it personally affects them. They act like they're for everybody, but really they're for number one. People claim to be woke just for social credit, but they don't actually believe in what they say. Now on some real shit, this is why I hate cancel culture. Nobody is perfect, nobody has shit that smells like flowers, eventually everybody is gonna get canceled. And you wonder why depression is increasing among the youth, cause there's so many hypocritical people. He's out here offended by Tyga, wearing a matador outfit, while he's saying the N-word with the ER on live.
Another thing. Don't matter if you're saying it with the ER or with the A on the end of it.
It depends on how your context is. When you say nigga or nigga.
It depends on how I'm feeling at the point in time.
Exactly.
Really.
If you feel like slapping the nigga in the leg,
I'm in my feelings about something and it come out, it's gonna be a different reaction. If I'm cool, chill, collected, not really, in my own little space, my own zone, you might get overlooked. The only way is probably gonna get hyped up if there's somebody with me. They're like, "Ooh, you want to say that shit?" That's probably the only way something pop out like that. But other than that, if I'm cool in my own headspace, that shit don't bother me. Because things only, like he just said, things only bother you when it directly affects you. But it only affects you if you feel like you are that at that point in time.
But you can't tell somebody not to be not offended.
I have nigga moments and I have nigger moments with the R on it. But the thing is, it all depends on how my headspace is and how I'm feeling at that time. You know what I'm saying?
But-
sometimes you need to be called that because sometimes you are acting that way. You acting that way.
I'm not justifying any white person calling me a
That's
nigga.
just like you're calling a redneck or a cracker. That might be how they acting. So I'm gonna call you that.
That's true.
I mean,
but I'm not going to sit here and give the right to them to call me a nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like folks put so much emphasis on words, bro, to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get that word too much power. You get that word too much power to where you wind up getting yourself in a situation that you really don't have to be in.
But that don't mean you got to use that word. There's so many other words that you can use besides sitting here saying nigga.
A bitch, a hoe.
Yeah, I'd rather you call me that.
Like a motherfucker call me a bitch, I'm ready to fight.
I mean, that's true too. That's true too.
Nigga don't bother me. Call me a bitch. Now it's time to go home. There ain't nothing bitch about me. Call me a bitch. Now we finna fight. But the nigga shit don't bother me. That's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when you put emphasis on words and you let words rule shit that go on with you, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm more of a way you say person. I'm more of a, you know what I'm saying, your attitude when you say it. When you say things to me, that's how I take it. You could be saying something, but if you say it to me in a cool, calm way, I might take it different than you saying it in a fucked up way. Or you saying it with an attitude.
I don't care.
Me the attitude.
I don't care. If you call me a nigga and your context is you mean call me a nigga, nah, nigga, we got to get down.
Man, if you call me a nigga, call you a nigga. Fuck you, nigga.
We gotta get down. We gotta swap.
So how do you feel like a white person feel if you call them a nigga?
If they called you
a nigga, they be like,
we gotta swallow.
They be like, shut up, nigga.
We gotta swallow. We gotta get down.
You be like, fuck you, cracker, redneck.
I'm saying all that, but we still gotta get down.
Motherfucker.
We still gotta get down.
I ain't throwing away shit for that, bro.
I ain't saying I'm gonna throw away shit, but I'm gonna slap the shit out you.
You throwing something away? Okay, now you got assault charge.
Hey, hey, we gotta solve this some diplomatic way.
You ain't gonna be able to solve no diplomatic way because you'd had too many people in the past and in the present still put too much emphasis on the word. Like I said, they put so much emphasis on the word. Like I said, but everything that you hear, even in some of your music, nigga this, nigga that, bitch this, bitch
just
that.
because you hearing it in music.
No. What I'm saying is though, if you make it a norm, people say it. You don't walk around calling yourself a bitch. I'm a bitch, nigga. I'm a bitch.
I'm not saying that.
What I'm saying is though, women say that all the time.
Oh no, women definitely call it a bitch. I'm a bad bitch.
They call each other bitches, but let you call them a bitch and see how it changes. It's the same thing with a nigga. Same thing with the word nigga.
I agree with that.
Thing.
I agree with
get
that.
The word power all depends on how you want to get power.
I agree with that.
Word rule me like that.
I ain't letting none of that.
Or my family, something like that. Now it's a whole nother beast. That's something different. You don't even want to see that guy. But I'm not gonna let that, you know what I'm saying, just enrage me so much to where I just turn to a hook and I just want to slap every white person I see. Like I done been called worse. Like nigga ain't what it is. Like,
but at the end of the day, I don't care about none of that. We gotta have a conversation. We just need to have a conversation. If you sitting there saying nigga or doing all this type of shit, we just gotta have a conversation between that. And at the end of the day, the conversation or where we lean to with this conversation is what it is.
Be serious with yourself.
But
be serious with yourself though. Be serious with yourself right now. Be serious with yourself. You know, we both know some white boys who can say nigga, nigga, and say all of that.
You might give them a pass.
No,
I'm giving them a pass.
What I'm saying is, you know some white boys that they just as hood as you, or just as, I'm not gonna say black, but just as ethnic as you. They probably grew up in the same neighborhood as you. They ain't hung around another black folk their whole life, and they can say it, and they get passes.
I'm personally me. I'm not giving them a pass.
They get passes.
Personally, I'm not.
You might personally might not, but you ain't gonna really step on them like that either.
That's true.
Because you done been around them long. They get passes.
That may be true.
It ain't even about giving nobody no pass.
I mean,
you know what I'm
because we know a lot of
women
white women that grew up in those in certain instances. The difference between the white women because more likely we trying to.
You are able to do whatever you want to do.
Nah, but anyway, like, comment, subscribe to Who is Quincy, and we out this bitch
talking about
because we can agree to disagree with this shit, and I disagree with homie, he disagree with me, and we ain't getting nowhere.
Disagree with you to a certain extent. Like I said, I'm not just gonna jeopardize my life or jeopardize.
Anyway, we're not gonna do all that. Like, comment, subscribe, and this is what you have to look into on the podcast. It's gonna be a lot of this type of conversation in the podcast, and y'all can put y'all little 2 cents in. You can sit here and actually debate us, and we will sit there and talk about it.
How you just knock them down like that? You knock it off. You were not saying you put your little put y'all concerns and comments in.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna greatly appreciate them. We gonna.
That's right.
We gonna respond.
That's right. We'll respond. We'll give. All right, 2 cents in.
Talking to him right now. That's all it is. But what I'm saying is, y'all just make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe
to Who is Quincy. And until another video, we gotta go. Holla.